Hey everyone, this is Bradley Benner with Lead Gadget and Brian Prinz as well. And today we have a special guest with us, Todd Basham. And Brian is going to be talking about a really exciting opportunity that we're going to be presenting to you guys, and it's in the pipeline now. So, Brian, take it away, man.
Hey, Todd. Hey, Brad. How are you? Todd, thanks for being on. Guys, this webinar is it's only for a minute. It's to give you information so you get the gravity of what's going on with Lead Gadget and with 39leads.com that I have posted about and spoken about. Um, what it is really simple, guys. It's not like it's opening. 39 Leads isn't opening for quite some time. It's not opening in 30, 60, or 90 days. There's no jump in like that. You have to understand. We have Lead Gadget and the ATM firing on all 8 right now. We're getting ready to really start a lot of promotion and a lot of jump off and everything else. And I thought it best to really put a short PowerPoint together. By putting this PowerPoint together, we can explain in a business aspect of what is going on. A lot of people, they hear this hype and proverbially hyperbole. They hear everything that's wrong with internet marketing, okay, and they make it like grandiosement and all the rest. What they don't understand is when you get a product like we have with the Lead Gadget and the ATM, the offshoot going to the bricks and mortar companies is what we're going to do, is going to mint millionaires. By mistake, just by allowing them to go, we're going to mint a bunch of millionaires. Brad, if you would put the PowerPoint and start it, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about it, and Todd Basham is, in and of his own right, is a very successful businessman, very successful marketer, very successful in everything he's done, and he's been gracious enough to just come on, and give his opinion and what he sees with 39 Leads, how it's going to work, everything else. 39 Leads, how it helps marketers, how it helps businesses. This is going to be a quick overview, guys. These slides are not in depth with tons of numbers and everything else. The numbers are just basic that are in here. There's only one graph. If you could move it along, Brad. It's really simple, guys. 39 Leads is going to be for the bricks and mortar companies that gains leads from the ATM. These companies have a standard ATM login and have all the same functions and features that any other user is going to have. Okay, just like you guys have. But the key difference between a business and a standard marketer, you guys know how to build websites as a marketer. The business doesn't. A bricks and mortar doesn't know how to build a website. They don't even, who knows if they want to build them either. Like Jack a plumber and Ed the electrician. I mean, think about it. They know how to lay wire and they know how to put in copper pipe and PVC pipe, but they don't make websites. This is where the jobs board is going to come into play for 39 Leads. 39 Leads' job board is going to be awesome. Okay, it's going to be like a Fiverr type job board that you're going to apply to, and you're available to build sites for certain companies, and the companies are going to have a price structure that's all preset from us. We're going to tell them this is the cost to have them built. The costs are going to be simple. 1 to 5 sites is $60 for each complete build, each site. 6 to 10 is $50 each. 11 to 20 is $40 each, and 21 and more per order is $35 per site. Now, you as the marketer agreed to be paid these rates, and the company will agree, to commission the build at those rates. So this isn't like, oh, let's haggle, let's see if I can get more, there's going to be extras. No. You guys are going to build the sites. Let's just say it's $50 each one of the sites that you're going to build. And it's going to be, here's the criteria. You got to have a header. You got to have pictures. There's got to be alt text tags. Everything that you would build the site, that is what you have to build for that client. The same way you would do it for anybody. It's just This is a fixed price you're going to receive. To ensure that they're billed properly, too, if you get a complaint, a company doesn't think that they got their money's worth, okay, that they're looking at the site, they see a picture, they see this, but they don't think it's right, and they want to hold the escrow. We're going to have a mediation process that's simple. The staff, management at 39 Leads will make a one and final decision, period. You will either rebuild the site because we said it's a piece of junk, or we will tell the business the site meets the criteria. He's required to be paid now. It's real simple. It's one or the other. So if you follow the rules and you build the site right, you could never lose your commission. Period. That's it. You will never lose your payment. All payments from the companies will be placed into an escrow account before you start building. You don't know them. They don't know you. They know us. That's it. Okay? There's going to be a fee to 39 Leads. This is how we're going to make money. 10% of the job price. 5% from each side. So there's a seller side, and a buyer side. It's really easy. 5% from each side. I might be able to give a 10% that the company will pay the entire fee for this as well on certain aspects. When you have 21 plus sites, I want you to just get more money. That's it. There will not, repeat, not be any selected builders. All jobs are going to be matched by software. What I mean is you're number 5 in line, and the next guy in line gets the next sites to build. You're not going to say, well, I only want to pick companies that are going to give me 21 or 22 sites, okay, on companies that have electrical and plumbing. You get what you get because we want to keep it moving and we don't want to play favorites. Somebody is going to be in the queue, you're going to be in the queue, and you're going to match up that way, period. How many bricks and mortar companies are expected on net to be in the network? How many sites will listen, guys, the amount of bricks and mortar companies I expect to get are not just hundreds or thousands, they're tens of thousands. We have a marketing plan that we're putting in place that is going to create a lot more than I'm even showing you. But you guys will look and be like, yeah, how is he going to get 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 companies? Believe me, guys, it's not as hard as you think once you start growing in size. You can walk into the biggest retailer if you're a large company and get shelf space for whatever your product is. We can turn around and go into the biggest companies and have them build with us if we show them we've got a lot of traction already. And getting traction is not hard. How many sites will the average company need monthly? We're figuring 15 to 20. That's what the average company is going to have built. And that's based upon a dollar and cents rationale. What they spend generally with marketing budgets every month. How will marketers be permitted or rated on this job board? Listen, it's real simple. You guys are going to see as I go on in the slides, you're going to see the owner of the account that is going into the jobs board must, repeat, must be in the training with Bradley Benner on a weekly basis. You must be in there and have comments so we know you're a builder. We are not going to allow people to run teams of people that aren't educated themselves. It's not going to happen because then you're going to build junk. And if you build junk, you're going to give us a bad name. So you're going to be held responsible to the highest standard to train your people. You will be allowed to put your people into the training programs if you want. There will be no cost for that. They cannot bid on a job. Only the person who has a login to the ATM that is in good standing and paid will be permitted into the jobs board. So your employees will not. You will not have employees that will be able to take the next job. Only you, as the authorized owner of that login that pays it every month, will be allowed to have that access. How fast the site's expected to be built for the companies? How many people can a marketer have working for them? These are all great questions here, and they're simple answers. Okay? We expect that the marketing budget and avenues we have, there'll be tens of thousands of companies coming on net. Since we're not exposing the entire marketing plan in this PowerPoint, you should know that there's a major media outlet that will be pressing commercials and signups. It is expected 40 to 50,000 companies will be on us in a very short period of time. The one way that I will tell you with absolute certainty we will be advertising is CNBC.com. CNBC.com and CNBC, the television station. What better way to get to millions of people, hundreds of thousands of companies, than to go to where they all are all day long, and that's CNBC. There is a radio outlet as well. There is also Facebook that we will be using for Facebook marketing. An average company is expected to need and or want between 15 to 20 sites a month. That cost to the company is between like $700 and $1,000 to build those sites. That also includes a domain cost of $10 per domain that they must pay out. That is not coming out of your payments. If you look at this chart real quick, the amount of sites that are built are crazy. Brad, I lost the... Okay. If you look, the amount of sites that companies will build, it's crazy. It's anywhere from 150,000 to about 1 million sites a month in a very short amount of time. Now, I went over this with Todd Basham, and Todd's a numbers guy. Guys, he's very respected in business. He spent like 20 years building hundreds of Walmart superstores. I mean, in his construction days, he knows how to push a pencil real well. When you see numbers like this, a lot of people are like, that looks like shit. That's all crap you guys are trying to throw around for internet marketing purposes. But I want you to think about this. If you only have 10,000 companies, I mean, there's 112 million companies, so I don't think getting 10,000 in a giant marketing campaign with television, newspaper ads, and I don't mean paper ads, I mean digital newspapers, like the Wall Street Journal, okay, things like that, where companies go to watch and companies go to see. When you turn around and see that, I don't think building 15 sites a month is an unreasonable number. I think it's actually a little low, but a lot of companies, small to mid-sized companies, might only go to 15, but mid to market mid to upper mid-sized companies will probably be more of 20 to 30. Larger companies, companies that do 100 million a year or better, I think they're going to turn around and do a lot more than 30 a month. I think they're going to have their own teams of builders that are going to build on them. That's why I'm only looking to get the small business to the mid-medium-sized business, not a large medium-sized company that might do even 25 million a year in revenue. You know, that company there could probably want between 30 and 50 sites a month. They want to go product specific. They want to go with their SKU numbers. As everybody knows, with all the, you know, the custom lists, putting SKU numbers in and putting everything else in really is going to help them along. Todd, if you don't mind chiming in on this, what's your opinion based upon my little step graph right here that I have.
I believe it's very doable with the advertising that we've talked about in the past and where you're headed with it. Got me real excited real fast in thinking of terms of putting together an office with real people and real office space. The key being the number of sites to be requested to be built, rather, by different companies, and setting teams in place to do the different parts and pieces of the builds. For instance, someone in my office would do graphics, someone else would do research on the actual niche or market, if you will, for the product or the company, and then build accordingly. Where I could see turning out, starting with just 10 or 15 people, a trainer that can be trained by me and Bradley in the videos that we'll have, and then put them in charge of training others on staff, and then cranking out where you could, if I got 10 people in an office, this was the way to think of it. If I got 10 people in an office, each one of them needs to turn out a minimum of 10 to 15 sites a day. If each one of them turns out 10 sites a day, 2,000 sites a day. At $50 a pop, you know, the numbers start adding up pretty quick. If they're efficient at it and proficient at it as a team, even with attrition, people coming and going, 25 to 50 people in an office within a couple of months is not undoable, and probably would happen at these numbers. Really fast, ramping up. I've got to have good trainers, but it's going to take off pretty quick, I think. At least I've put together the business plan to do just that already. So I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, Brad, could you switch to the next slide? Because as you were just saying, Todd, you know, you got to look at this. You know, the numbers that I put here, guys, these are basic, simple numbers for you. This is stuff that you understand because you're already working in the ATM. Well, for those that are working in. For those that are watching this video after, you know, like March 30th, when we're releasing it, you know, you might see it in June or July or August. I mean, you have to understand, we've been doing this for a long time. So as you can see, the average amount of sites needed is staggering, to put it mildly. Okay, we're talking about at least 100,000 and well over 1 million in the near term, not in 2 years from now. In the near term, meaning 90 to 180 days after release of 39 leads, because of the way the marketing plan is. So you can understand it, guys. How this is going to help marketers become builders is simple. For every 15 sites that you build for a small company, you're going to get paid $570. That's your end. PayPal, boom, $570 released to you from escrow. Well, think about that for a minute. The average build time for these 15 sites shouldn't be more than 3 hours. If you're a single one-person build, that's one person building. Now, I know a lot of you are sitting there and thinking and smiling because you have all the short codes made. No, you can build 15 sites in less than an hour. But you don't know what that niche is going to be. But once we start building keyword packages for different niches, short code packages for all these different niches, and passing them out to you from Lead Gadget, from the ATM, where you will have them inside of your ATMs to be, you know, inside of a download area to put it in your customer's ATM. So you can build them right out of your customer's ATM, and they can have those different keywords that are already short-coded and everything else. That's when it's going to make building 15 sites in 15 minutes. I mean, literally. We're not even talking about an hour at that point. So the average time is going to go way down. Now, if you have a team using the assembly line method, okay, like think of it like in Detroit with building cars. It's not even going to take them an hour if they have to get everything. And I'm talking about if they have to get graphics, make headers, put phone numbers in, do all of the other, you know, things that need to be done to build a site. Assuming the builder has a team that works 7 hours a day, not even an 8-hour day, a 7-hour day, and they can build 15 sites an hour, that's 100 plus, that's 105 sites a day. Brett, thank you. That means this builder and their team would earn just shy of $4,000 for building an average of 15 sites for 7 different companies every day. We're giving you the companies. We have thousands of them. You're only doing 7. How many people do we need? How many teams do we need building?
Very much.
Right, Todd? I mean, it's a
A lot.
never-ending supply.
You
That's
need-
why I can't let people pick and choose, because I'll have business owners that are sitting there for a month waiting to get their stuff instead of being online and being told, here's your number. Take a number, and this is your number's up. Okay, and now you're matched to somebody. That means in a 22-day work month. Got to remember, guys, we're not talking about Saturday and Sunday, though you can work them. I would beg you to work them, but I know you're not going to get people to work 30 days in a month. Okay, but a 22-day work month, that would be 154 companies that you built for only in a 7-hour day. You had a double shift in your office where you had, 5 hours and 5 hours for a 10-hour workday open, or a 12-hour workday open, and have overlapping people. Well, that's a different story. Those numbers are crazy then. But if you have a 22-day work month with doing 7 a day, 154 companies for the month, listen, you're bringing $87,780 in revenue for the month. Okay, what's your payroll for those people? Not 80,000. I guarantee that. It's suggested that you have a building team of at least 5 people in total to achieve a goal of 7 orders a day. So if you had 5 employees and you paid each one of those employees $2,000 a week, okay, that's $10,000 a week in employee for building the sites. 4 weeks is $40,000. You still got $47,000 left in your pocket. What are you going to do? Spend $7,000 in rent and overhead and everything? You still, as the owner, made 40 grand. And I'm just using rounded numbers, guys. If you're smart, you put a real business plan together, I bet you're going to make a lot more than 40,000. Now, let's assume, in fact, that if there are 10 or more builders that you have, like Todd said, 10 or 15 or 20 people, the amount of the sites you would be able to build daily, because it's an assembly line, okay, would triple. You'd have 21 minimum orders a day, 315 sites you would build. That equals 462 orders of 15 sites, the bare minimum, not even 18 sites or 20 or 25 sites. We're talking about, okay, at that point, you're talking about $263,000 a month. Dude, that's over $250,000 a month. I'm minting you as a millionaire without even trying, by mistake, because you learned how to build sites with Lead Gadget and the ATM. Now everybody's saying, yeah, he's trying to hype it up. Okay, I don't worry about it, guys. Trust me. I don't want you to jump on board here if you think that I'm giving you a line of crap. If you think that I'm trying to be like some of these other marketers, that I'm jumping around in a suit, flashing $100 bills and trying to tell you this is definitely push button, no work. You're going to work for it, but I found an easy way that you don't have to break your back to be a millionaire. Legitimate, without question, millionaire. Can you do it with VAs? Yes. I've already spoken to Outsource.com, guys. They're $1,300 per person for the month. So that's all it is. You have an employee for $1,300 for the month. How many can you get? Well, I've spoken to them. They have the entire country of the Philippines ready to go to work. So don't think I'm not going to put people in. I promise you, Don and I will have 1,000 people, 1,000 building sites, because you guys ain't. It's not going to be near enough.
Yeah.
To be on the jobs board, as I told you before, and I'm going to, I can't get more. You gotta have one requirement. You got to be part of the training and support network with the weekly webinars. We have no issue allowing your VAs and other employees to work for you, as I just said. Okay, you are responsible for those party sites. If your staff builds a bad site or a bad block of sites, you're the one who's responsible. And I'm going to tell you what, you're going to make sure that you're going to stay responsible. You're not going to give my company a bad name because you don't want to stay responsible. If it is found you're building junk sites, and I mean more than one, I don't mean, okay, one got overseen or something. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying, like, as a pattern in practice, you're going to be suspended from the jobs board for a period of time. You're not going to ruin my name. You're not going to ruin Don's name. You're not going to ruin all the hard work and training that Bradley Benner's doing. It's just not going to happen. Okay? Next. This is basic numbers. We got a brighter view what we're looking at. We're not opening 39 leads for several months. It's still an index page, okay, because I got to own the domain, and I'm always going to own the domain. But here's the thing, guys, okay? There is no ifs. There is no but. There is no maybe. All my minions, you're all going to have the opportunity here to do this. Now, a lot of you know Todd Basham because he's on Facebook. He's on the Skype groups. He's not an owner. He has no vested interest besides being a builder with Lead Gadget and the ATM. Is that not a fact, Todd?
That's correct. I have no interest in it whatsoever. Business interest, no.
Yeah, we've been friends for quite a long time, and Brad, as the training, he's got an interest. But I just need to make sure you guys realize this isn't even a testimonial, guys. This is just to show you that somebody that has been a builder and a user of our products and services for a few years, this is his opinion. Yeah. Todd, could you let people know, has anything I have said in that PowerPoint been an exaggeration, a lie, an overlook, or something of that, a negative connotation?
Not at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I think you held back a little bit on the advertising things that are in the pipeline, so I think that's good. But just hit the market to drive people into it. You're going to have thousands of people building to keep up with it, and if all goes well, and when we get this thing kicked off, I want to be on the front end of it. I will definitely have a team in place before it gets cranking. And like you said earlier, nobody's going to get preferential treatment. It's going to be a jobs board. I'll have my hands on it every day.
Todd, I got to ask you this,
Sure.
Because, to be honest, I haven't thought of it. Well, I've thought a little. How much lead time to build a team, a small team, because nobody's going to start with 100 people. Yeah. I mean, I realize that nobody can afford that payroll-wise, including me. I'm going to have 1,000, but I'm not going to have 1,000 the first month. I'm going to have 12, 20, 50, 100, 150. They're going to have to be trained. I know I'm going to have to lose a lot of money in profits so that I can pay them to sit next to somebody to learn. I realize that. But what do you think a reasonable ramp-up time is? I'm not even sure.
Well, as we move forward, I'll probably have 5 people on staff before the end of April, trained to build them with my own ATM, the way I want to do them and the way I think they need to be done. Throwing in the keywords in a downloadable fashion for the different businesses, whatever that may be coming out the pipeline for that. That's all a big plus. That'll save a lot of time. But I want 5 people right off the bat that think like I think, that do what I do, and know how to get it done. And then I'm going to take those 5 and out of the 5, and I'm going to let them know right up front. I'm going to pick one of them to be my manager under me, that will manage the other 4, and then start training as we go forward. Each one of them be assigned with 2 people a week to train. So literally inside of 60 days, let's say 90 days from now, I could be pushing 50 people on staff to be doing it.
Well, let me ask you though, Todd, have you looked at the cost? I have not at all. on the payroll model, on what's going to be needed, how much money you're going to need to bring in on the sites. You know, like I showed 87,000, which is a light end. Okay, I know you could make them build more and have over 100,000, but I know you're also going to have an investment for payroll. Have you looked at that? I haven't.
Yes, I definitely have. From my own standpoint, if I'm training people to build sites using my ATM and my products to build for me, I hope some of that comes back and helps the startup cost. But yeah, I'm probably looking at somewhere around a $200,000 investment in the next 90 days, out of pocket.
Yeah, well, Todd, you're a very fortunate guy. As we know, you've built thousands of ATM sites and Surf Shaker sites that are all monetized right now and doing well for you. But we have a lot of people that are seeing this video like in July and August and September that are just coming on net. And look, they don't have $500 left in the bank maybe.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say, oh, wow, look, I've got a business model here that'll work.
Yeah.
You know, what would you think to tell them?
Well, you're right. I'm thinking long term. So yeah, short term, yeah, get your hands on the product, get into it, learn it, get to the process down. I guess get the process down so you can build 10, 15, 20 sites a day with AdSense or whatever affiliate products you may be pitching. There's plenty of things out there and reasons to be building ATM sites. Lots. If not, hit me up on Facebook. I'll help you out. But get your hands on it and then start right off the bat. When you get familiar with it, thinking like a business owner, think how you would train somebody, think what you would want an employee to do every day. Again, somebody may be doing graphics. You're not going to spend $5 and wait for Fiverr to get graphics back to you. You need some kind of little, like Laughing Bird software or something to build graphics quick and turn them out.
How great is that? I got to cut you off on that. How great is Mark Sylvester to be able to jump on board with Lead Gadget ATM with, like, I think that's the greatest software ever, to be honest, when it comes to it.
Easy to learn how to use. Absolutely easy to learn. Any high school kid can figure that out in 5 minutes. It's great stuff. And I've already put it to use. It's doing really well on some sites. But yeah, you got to think of it like a business. If you're going to take off and you get excited and you want to build 100 sites a day or 200 sites a day, and you team up with a VA, then you're probably going to need to do a couple of videos to train them the way you want them to work, the way they can stay productive in building ATM sites for companies that are expecting quality products to get ranked and push their businesses. You have to think that way. It's not difficult. It doesn't mean you need an MBA to run a business. If you're behind the computer and trying to make a dime online, you're in business. You just need to figure out how to make a dollar online. And if you get this process down with leads coming into a jobs board, and you're picking the companies to work with, I don't know how to even put an end in sight. If the advertising continues to crank and bring people in that want the product from an ATM, ranked nationally, ranked in states, whatever the company may want. It just becomes a cookie-cutter product that is going to pay very, very well and very fast. I'm thoroughly excited about
it. Todd, I got to, maybe I'll expose a little bit more. Guys, the escrow is going to take 10%, as I said, 5 and 5. So you got to figure, okay, we're getting $50 or $100 for every 1,000 that, is coming through. So you say, well, you're getting thousands of sites, you're making millions of dollars. You're right, but how that's going to be reinvested is it goes right back into advertising. Dude, I want to be on a Super Bowl television commercial, 30-second spot to make sure I get tens of thousands of new businesses in one 30-second spot to come on. But a Super Bowl ad's like $4 or $5 million. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure that we have not just 40,000 companies on here. I want 140,000 companies. 204. I want to make this to be the biggest and baddest product ever. There's only one way to do that, and that's to keep growing in incrementals, and everything. I'm very fortunate to have guys like Carrie Duke, Keith Baxter, Todd Basham that are extremely good, smart businessmen that are going to be continuing to build and build and build. And Bradley, as everybody already knows, he turns around and makes like some seriously good training videos. So guys, in closing right now, just please understand and know that you have to have the training. I didn't say you had to be live. Live is not the requirement. You have to be in the training. There will be, I guess you could say, little tests that are going to be put up. So somebody's going to have to go in there and answer the questions. And somebody's going to have to be the responsible party for these builders. And that's all there is to it. So, guys, I'm Brian Prince, your CEO. The chief executive meatball is more like it, okay? That keeps trying to get you more and better offers, more and better things. Brad, if you want to say something in closing, and you want to say something in closing, Todd, please go ahead.
I would like to say that it is exciting, and I second Todd's ambition, at least starting off with about a 5-person team. I don't know that my ambition is quite as his as having a $200,000 investment in the next few months, but I could see starting off with about 5 team members to begin with, building out sites. Between now and the time that 39 Leads launches, it's a good time to be training. So if it's a few months out, we could train like 1 or 2 new VAs per month for the next few months, and that'll give me my 5-person team. So I'm excited about it as well. So hopefully I'll be able to do some training on how to train others to do it too. You know what I mean?
Oh, Brad, that's coming for you.
That'll be key.
Yep. So
that's going to be key. Listen, guys, thank you. Todd, please, in closing, anything you'd like.
No, again, you're talking about the people seeing this in a couple of months and thinking small or getting started, trying to quit their day jobs, whatever. Yeah, just get into the system, try to figure it out, and then as we go forward, it sounds like Bradley can help with how to train other people. If you get one VA to build one site, you've done something down the road and you're on your way. You don't have to start off with the big full backing of a company with attorneys on board and accountants in your back pocket. You don't have to do that. It's very simple to start with. If you get to the jobs board and you get 1 client a day, then you're at the end of the month you can have 2 other VAs doing the work for you. So
yeah, that's what I put up there, Todd. If you're just building by yourself and you build 15 sites in 3 hours, you made $570. You want to tell me what job over at the local McDonald's, Walmart, or Quickie Marts or whatever is going to pay you $570 for the day? I don't think so. So all it's going to take is let you grow organically.
Yeah, that's $10,000 a month. Even if you pay 30% taxes, you still got more than you're making now in a year.
Well, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Brad, Todd,
all right, man.
Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Bye now.